Wait, I think I'm live. Hello, stingers. I'm I decided to take a walk to the park, and that's where I am, sitting on this beautiful tree. Oh my gosh. I can walk around in my house without glasses, but when I come outside, woo, woo, woo. All right, guys, how are you? It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Wait, I can't see the chat. Say hi. I have my gloves on so I don't get wrinkled hands. Has literally nothing to do with the Rona. Yay, the first one. Wait. The first one. Hold up. The Queen. Ooh, it left. The Queen Scorpio. What's up? All right, let me put my eyeballs back in. Ooh. Hi, guys. I'm in the woods. So many people out here like camping or what, I don't know what they're doing. I wanted to roll through. This is how I'm avoiding more sun damage. If you are subscribed to No Makeup Needed, you'll see why I'm always wearing gloves now. We are going to have dry hands when I'm like 50. Alright. The sun is hitting me weird. Alright, loves. I'm going to wait a second for more of you to come in, and then I'm going to talk about how to avoid these fake relationships that happen, right? Because some of you have your third eye closed. You have your third eye closed, and you're not hip to the game. You're not paying attention to preliminary. I can't say that word. Preliminary cues that people give off without even knowing it. They don't even know they're giving it off of this agenda, this sneaky agenda that they have. A lot of people are not trying to start real relationships with you. They're not trying to be real friends. They have a very strong agenda. And some of you are missing that. You're delusional. I don't know. You're delusional. So, all right, guys, come on in. Can you see? Wait. I don't know if this lighting is good. It was really good a minute ago. Wait a minute. Is this lighting better? Wait, is this lighting better? Yay or nay? Is this lighting better or is it the same? Look. Is this the same lighting? Or is this the same lighting? This one's better. This lighting's better. All right, we'll sit on this beautiful tree. I said thank you to the tree. Look what someone did. Look at that root, how it came up like that. That is terrible. I hate to see a tree like chopped down or pull. I don't know what happened to it. It didn't just fall down. This right here. You see this? Terrible, 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 terrible. So I'm usually out in nature because you guys may be surprised, but I don't have a lot of earth in my chart. I'm actually mostly water and fire. So when you lack certain elements, and if I've done your chart, you guys know this, I go through this and I explain different things you can do to add elements in. I come out in the woods a lot to like replace that. So, all right, so listen to this. So fall. So many chipmunks out here. All right, so in the beginning, people have their agendas, whether they are aware of them or not. You know, especially if you're trying to get with somebody, you know whether you physically want to be with them like that or not. You know when you're just like, and then you're trying to see what else you can use them for. And I know the word use sounds negative, but we all use each other. We use each other in friendship. We use each other for lessons. We use each other just in life. That's just natural. I'm not offended by someone using me for something, me using them for something. I guess a nice word would be benefiting from, but we all use each other for something. But people have an agenda. You guys have an agenda. You may not know right off the bat what it is, but you know if you like really want to be friends with somebody, like you both have mutual goals, or you have a lot in common, or you just have fun together and you're like, yay, we're going to be friends. Or, if you're attracted to them, if you want something to go down, and if you're not at all, but you're just like, let me just wait and see what I can get to. So a lot of you guys aren't paying attention to that beginning, because in the beginning it's all there. It's all there. All the energy is there, and you can tell. You can tell, especially in intimate relationships, because in the beginning, when you're at that like text stage, or even before the text stage, you can be like online. A lot of you are online dating or whatever, and if somebody rushes in and they're like, oh my gosh, let's meet up, like, you haven't had a basis to naturally fall into let's meet up. So clearly they have some sort of agenda, or if they're asking certain questions that don't pertain to getting to know you, like, do you have roommates, or do you live by yourself? What that got to do with anything? It literally sounds like a horror film. You know what I'm saying? Like when the killer's about to come get your ass. Like, who else is there? Are the kids home? When they start asking things that don't pertain to getting to know you, automatically it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And at that point, you could decide, like, when I'm bored, let me just play along. Let me just play along with this. Or you can just get rid of them completely. You know what I mean? And so it's really up to you. But a lot of you are bored. A lot of you are bored, especially right now. We're still in this quarantine thing. Well, I'm not, because I'm outside all the time. But a lot of you are bored now, and you'll settle for anything. You're just like, I want companionship. I want to talk to people. I want to be involved in people. And then you lose sight of like what's really happening. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what your intention is. But I think for a lot of you, you want real relationships. You want real connections. And now the time, with Venus going backwards, is the time to really think about what kind of relationships you want. Like, I really implore you guys to write it out. To write out what type of friendships you want, what type of relationships you want. Now, if you just want... All right, hang on a second. I have to angle it so I don't have the people in back of me in it. Here we go. My hair is covering them. If you want bullshit relationships, or you entertain it, you can't complain later on when somebody plays you out or does something, you know what I'm saying, that really isn't benefiting you. You can't blame them for that because you invited it in. Many of you don't even know what type of relationships you want. You're confused with yourself. And this is why I made that video. I did a podcast on ScorpioSunScorpioMoon Podcast about don't try and look for relationships right now until you get X, Y, and Z together. I did a whole self-esteem series, like a year ago, 2 years ago. I'm going to do an updated version of that soon. And it just gives you steps on how to go about building yourself up so that you can be fabulous. And then the people you attract who really come in, you don't really have to question, because you're like, well, they must be in alignment with me, you know? So I definitely recommend that you go look at that, and I'm working on a new series for you guys. So in the beginning, you'll know the conversations tell everything. Whether you're on the phone in the conversation, whether somebody's writing an email. You guys know I'm a writer, so words are everything. Like, literally, you don't even know what you're doing when you're writing sentences. Like, you tell on yourself all the time. People have conversations and they literally have nothing to do with anything, or they're asking you, they're kind of guided in the way of their intent. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what you doing tonight? Little last minute people. Like, what do you mean what I'm doing tonight? I'm a busy person. They have an intent. Clearly they want something tonight. Right? Or, they start talking about things that benefit them, and then eventually, oh, can I get a ride? Or can you give me this? Or can you give me that? Everything is to their benefit. They're not really looking for anything that has anything to do with you. Not like, oh, can I invite you out to this concert? I know you like music. You know what I mean? Nothing like that. Everything is on some other agenda. It's not really going in the route of getting to know who you are. Like, oh, how many family members do you have? Or where'd you grow up? Or what school did you go to? Do you play sports? These are all in the realm of like getting to know a person. things that aren't. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, do you know so and so, or wow, where do you live? Just where, like, what kind of neighborhood do you live in? They're trying to see if you got money, or they trying to see you. You guys all know how it is, because I'm sure you know people like this who come for you and they want to know about what your bag is like, where your neighborhood is, where you live. They're trying to get that angle to see maybe if they could, use you for clout. They can use you for clout. They can use you for sex. They can use you to get that job they want. See what kind of connections. I've had all of that. People try to use me for everything you can think of, from sex to clout to jobs to all sorts of shit. So I already know. I already could just like pinpoint that from the beginning. And sometimes you like the drama of it. Sometimes I like the drama of it. Sometimes I want to see how far they're gonna go. And I've done this many times. I told you guys I've done this with double Leo. I've done this with who else? 2 double Leos, actually. A Leo with a Scorpio moon. I've done this with an Aquarius. I've done this with a Sag. Sometimes I like the drama of it all. Not now, but I used to. I used to play along like, let me see how long they're gonna I've done this with a Scorpio too. Let me see how long they're going to sit around and dance around, because I already know I'm not giving them anything, but I want to see what lengths they'll go through to do that. And that drama was a little bit exciting. You know what I mean? Just to watch them fall, just to watch me give them nothing and let them fall. That was the drama of it. Some of you guys like that. But then in the midst of it, you mess around and start liking them, and you fuck up. See, I don't start liking these people. I don't start liking them. They're pointless from the beginning to end. I already know. I don't start liking them. I don't start being friends, like real friends with these people. I'm like, nah. I'm always on that. I know what you're doing, and we're gonna play a game to see how far you're gonna take this. Because I could take this all the way. Scorpios jump all the way into the fire, die, and come back. That's the difference. Other people aren't willing to take it that far. They just embarrass themselves. I'm not on that now. We're on something else right now. We don't do that. But in the past, I have. And I know a lot of you guys are entertaining that sort of thing. Right now, you're entertaining it. But then you slip up, and then you're like, oh, I caught feelings. How'd you catch feelings? Their intent is still strong. They didn't catch feelings for you, though. When somebody wants something, they want sex, they want a job, they ain't catching no feelings for you. They got that shit. They know before they met you what you was about, and their intent is strong. This is why I always say how strong intentions are. Hold on one second. I'm trying to put my chapstick back with one hand in the woods. So many people out here. What was I gonna say? So my point was to stay focused, to watch in the beginning. The beginning behavior is very telling, and it's very important. It's very important because, damn, there's fleas and lice and everything. That's the worst thing about being in the woods. Always pay attention in the beginning. The beginning behavior is very telling. It's very telling of a person. And then you can decide, how am I going to entertain this? How am I? Can you still see me? The sun like went another way. Wait. I can't get the light. Can you see? I can't. The sun is like right here in my eye. Wait. All right, there. Is that better? So I want you guys to decide how you're going to entertain these people. I prefer not to entertain them. I'm getting way too old for that. All the shits and giggles and stuff that I used to do. Right now, it's like not even funny anymore. The conversation, and they don't even know it. That's the funny thing. They don't even know that they're revealing, because it's so natural, it just comes out. But if you guys are paying attention, some of you have stories that are like, oh my gosh, I met somebody in 2 months, we're doing this and that. I'm like, no. Within 2 months, wait, let me move out of this light. There we go. within 2 months. Do you like the woods? I feel so bad for this tree, but I did ask the tree permission if I can sit on it. Look at that. See, I have so much respect for nature. Whereas these other people cutting down damn trees. Bastards. Can you see? Is that good? A lot of you are falling into these segments where the person has already showed you a significant amount in the beginning. They've literally showed you so much. And I know that sometimes you have that Neptune cloud over your head. I know I've had it, whereas you swear. This lighting. I may have to move, guys. Let's take a walk. Look at this. Let's take a walk through the woods. I'm happy to take a walk. There was this there's this couple with this kid who wanted to sit on the tree, and I am not moving. Did you see me move for that couple? I was like, she's like, Daddy, I want to sit on the tree. I was looking like, and he looked at me like I was supposed to move. Oh, sir. No, sir. That's not my personality. Like, I'm gonna be like, oh, here, sure. Nah, fam. We don't do that. Anyway. Some of you guys, you literally, the person will give you all these signs, and you're still, you have this cloud. And I know sometimes you feel like you have such a cloud that you feel like somebody has some power over you, but there's no such thing. There's literally no such thing. There's no such thing as someone has power over you. You're allowing the behavior. You're allowing it, or you think, oh, we're in love. 2 months, you can't be in love. I'm sorry. All that, like, oh, love at first sight. No, like at first sight, or getting turned on, getting hard at first sight. Now that I believe that. But you're not in love at first sight, because love is a different level. It's such a level of, like, knowing, understanding, evolving together, knocking down walls. You know what I mean? You haven't even knocked down no walls in 2 months. Y'all still got your masks on. Some people hold their masks for like a year, and then later on you be looking like, ooh, who that, right? Let's find some other woods. And you allow this behavior, and you allow it because of a few things that I spoke about. You allow things because, number one, sorry, I just turned. I just passed the person who wanted to sit on the tree. They could go sit on it now. Look at me. Oh my gosh. No one else is going to love me. No one else is going to like me. I'm never going to feel like this, which is ludicrous. You can feel all tingly like a million times in a day. Forget a lifetime. You can feel like that shit all motherfucking day long. You can be in like all day long. Alright, look. If you see a killer, a bear, anybody with a gun, scream, type it in. Okay? Because I'm going through a little alleyways here. Alright, y'all. You be my lookout. You're looking all sorts of sometimes you think somebody has some emotional power, and it's not. It's that delusion shit. It's delusion. A lot of it is the way you feel about yourself, because when you get to this level, you be like, there's so many, and I've seen people, I've witnessed it. I have a relative, somebody proposed, and she, oh yes, ew, get out of here. No, like that was the only person who would do it, like that was her only shot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you guys think it's your own, one person is your only shot in life. And they're not. They're not. They're not. They're not your only shot. They're not your second. They're not your third. There's so many. There's so many options. There's so many options. And you have to be paying attention. You have to be knowing yourself, you know, and understanding what that energy is. Understanding what that energy is. When you meet people, you get it. Boom, we're not good friends. I'm just going to fuck with on this level. And whatever level that is, it's okay. Everybody doesn't have to be a best friend, you know? Everybody doesn't have to be a lover. You know, certain people are helpful to you in so many ways that have nothing to do with being that intimate. You know what I mean? Oh, so many people, calling them all day, I check up on them. Yo, are you good? You need anything? You know? That's very important. It's very important to have allies in life. I was telling someone this. I said, listen, especially as you get older, if you're 19 and all that, whatever, you know what I mean? You start getting old with arthritis and you can't do things for yourself. You better have some allies. You know, you want somebody to find you and call the ambulance, you know, and all sorts of stuff. Check up on you. You have to have people who are allies, and you don't have to be best friends with these folks. You don't have to agree with everything they say. You don't have to be the same religion and all that shit. Forget all that. Forget all that. You can choose what you use those relationships for. You know? Are we back? Here. I forgot where I came from. Uh-oh. It's like one of them Hansel and Gretel, you know, kids, nursery rhymes, caught in the woods with 3 bears. Oh shit. Oops, can't go that way. Y'all remember the way back? So every relationship is not meant to be like that, you know? Everything is not meant to be like that. But you can tell in the beginning where it's going to go. You can tell where it's going to go. Or you can decide where it's going to go. Sometimes you're like, I'm not really feeling this person right now. But you may be a year late. It depends on you. It depends on you. But you can tell what their agenda is, clearly. I know when people want to use me for shit. They're always asking, oh, did you talk to the motherfucker? You can't get all this stuff yourself. You know, and maybe they can't. A lot of people don't have the abilities you have. A lot of people aren't, you know, they're not like you. They have to spend their whole lives taking. But, I found my way. All right, let me get the hell out of here. There's people laying all in the woods, honey. I see. They're not having sex. But they laying all, they could get Lyme disease. I don't know what a poison ivy is. What does poison ivy look like? Because I had it before. But it's like rough leaves, right? Let me get out because my pants are not all the way long. They're not like totally full. Let me get the hell out of here because I don't want to scratch or nothing. I went the wrong way, y'all. I went the wrong way. Ooh, is this poison ivy? I hope not. I'll be screwed. All right, wait. Oh my gosh. All right, this is what happens when you're outside. What? Let's go the other way. So guys, I want you to start paying attention. When Venus goes direct, you're going to start meeting a lot of new people. Oh no, not this way. That's where that couple is. Let me get away from them. You're going to start meeting a lot of new people. And I want you to pay attention to those first reactions, those first interactions with them. And you'll be able to tell right away. I want you to write it down in your journals that you're going to buy, because we're all about building our self-esteem. You need to journal. You need to track all your progress. You track all your progress. You know what I do? And you guys may not do this, but this is important. I found it very helpful. Whenever I meet someone new, I write notes on them. full report. I have reports on everybody. I write their name, what they do for a living, what they look like, how they made me feel when I first met. Like, oh, this guy seemed a little nervous, or she seemed a little talkative and all that other shit. Every time she called me, or every time she texted me or called me, she'd be talking about X, Y, and Z. I could tell she on this shit. I got a whole full report, you know? And then that's how you know, like, I've been looking over the past month. You do a review, and then you start getting rid of people. Or, if it's a good report, you can start adding them into, you know, other things in your life if you want to water that plant. Do you know what I'm saying, guys? All right, let me get the hell out of here. I have a question for you. What do you want me to include? Because I'm going to... Wait, I can't see your chats now. There it is. What would you guys like for me to include in... I'm finishing, but I'm doing a book on self-esteem because a lot of you want to know about that. What would you like to be in that book? And if YouTube allows me to post this, because you know my relationship with him, everything I do is radical, everything's a fucking problem. I want you to put in the comments intricate things that you would like to know how to do to get to where you want to get emotionally. Within relationships, within yourself, that and go in and just love. He's never in love, or his ass wouldn't have left. Okay? My phone cut off. So I wanted to tell you this before I go. I wanted to tell you that the t-shirts are coming in, and I have jewelry, and the jewelry is... I linked up with some designers, so they're actually custom making the jewelry. And I know you guys love these, but you're not getting these. These are my only Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon for me, but you are going to get stinger hoops and studs that say stinger, and they're fabulous. I wanted to say that before I left. The damn phone cut off completely, I guess, because I'm in the nature. It just, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I wanted to wrap this up, but I wanted to tell you that the jewelry is coming. It'll be on my website. I'll announce it. I'll announce when the teas are in. I am getting colors. Green, Scorpio season teas, and a few white. I think the white are maybe just men. And blue. I'm getting blue as well. And so I'll announce when all that is actually in the store. As I build it up, a lot of things are being made. So you have to be patient with me. Also, people who are on my Instagram ask me if I do charts. Yes, I do. But you have to go on my website to get one. Let me get out of people's way. See, I'm rebellious. I'm all over the damn place. I walk in the middle of the street. I walk against traffic, all sorts of shit. I like to ruffle feathers, even when I'm not consciously thinking about it. It's weird. And did you guys see... Hang on a second. Let me switch hands for a second. Wait. Wait. Did you see my reaction to that man who wanted me to move because his daughter wanted to sit on the tree? Stuff like that pisses me off. Because, first of all, I've been told to move my whole life. Like, I'm not doing it. And you see I'm actually walking against, like, the traffic because I don't give a shit. That's how I am. And of course, it comes from years of stuff. A lot of us, we have stuff we don't even know where it comes from. Like, I know where my stuff comes from. I know where it comes from. And so, of course, I'm walking against the grain. You'll see everybody else walking the other way. And what do I do? Walk in the middle of the street in the opposite direction. And if that makes other people feel uncomfortable, I don't care. So the guy who wanted me to get off the tree stump so his daughter can sit, and they were standing around looking at me and shit, I was like, wait, I'm not going nowhere. And it was interesting because he was a black man, but his wife was of another race, right? So I guess he thought, or maybe he was used to, people being, oh, your daughter's so cute, here, you can have this. And what did I do? You did not see me budge. That shit enrages me. It enrages every time it happens, but all sorts of things like that happen. And I just stand right there, feet planted in the ground, I don't care if you're 0 years old or 9, I ain't going nowhere. Okay. So anyway, that's what that shit was about on the tree. And some of you may be like, oh, it ain't that deep. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So anyway, guys, all right, I'm out of here. And I just wanted to reconnect because we just left. The phone just cut off. I was like, wait, I was talking to you. So now we can end on that note. And I'll see you in the comment section. And I'll see you in my next video.